Hello and welcome to Coach's Corner. I'm Dean Meagher. Today I want to focus on hitting pitch shots. I'm talking 40 to 60 meters. We're down on Hidden Valley. We're in the place we need to be. We've got the red flag and the yellow flag there. So if you had some time, this would be a great place to come and practice because I don't see a lot of people come down here and practice. And I would say this is one of the really crucial scoring shots that you need to be really good at here at Elanora Country Club. A lot of the time you'll have anything inside 60 meters and the degree of difficulty on that shot is very, very high. So if you don't have a high degree of proficiency at hitting the different distances as you get closer and closer to the green, Elanora is going to show you up and it's going to let you know on the scoreboard. So I'm going to help you to focus on 3 areas here which I think will make you a better pitcher. Let's start with making sure that we're striking the ground beyond the golf ball, so not the ground before the golf ball. I see a lot of the time when people have a pitch shot, they'll strike the ground first. So you first need to establish, are you going to be a player that starts as you shorten your swing to hit a short pitch shot of, let's say, 40 meters? Are you a player that starts with their weight on their front foot and keeps it there? A lot of really good pitchers do that. Or are you a player that starts in the middle and moves forward? Whichever works best for you, you need to find a way to make sure that divot is not before the golf ball. And I'll generally find, for me, I like to keep my weight forward the whole time. It saves me worrying about whether or not I move my weight forward. And all I feel like I need to do is just basically keep my weight on that front foot for the entire pitch shot. I obviously need to make sure my ball position is in the middle as well, because if I get it forward, that's going to be much more of a chance to hit behind it. So by having it in the middle and then leaning forward, a good chance I'm going to hit the ball first. Very important, because that will determine a lot of the time how far the ball ends up going. Now the second thing I need you to be aware of is, do you need to be more of an upward swinger or more of an around swinger? Now that really is determined by your divots. So if you are a player that doesn't really hit much divot, so a lot of the time just sort of catches the tops of the grass, that's going to be a problem for a pitch shot because it runs the risk of hitting that front edge. So what I need you to be aware of, if that is you, to maybe pick the club up a bit more in the backswing with your arms. Feel like the club comes up more around where your head is or around where your neck is or your shoulder, up here more, to actually help you to hit down more and get that grass contact. If you're a player though that tends to get a really deep divot that already probably gets very steep, you need to feel like you're coming more around. So feel like it's more on the shoulder or just a little underneath the shoulder. It's a feel more than what maybe occurs, but that for you needs to occur. So if you're a player that gets too deep of a divot, come around a bit more. For those that don't get the divot, come up a bit more. But what you'll see when you do a practice swing is, do you catch the right amount of grass and is it in front of the golf ball? Tick, tick on that front just then, okay? Finally, we've got a 40 to 60 meter shot here. We need to know how much we need to swing to make the ball go that distance. And until you come down to Hidden Valley with a little bucket of balls, you won't really know. So I'm gonna guess here at the 40 meter shot, to me, it's like I'm swinging to about hip height, I would say. That's probably where I feel like that ball should go, about 40 meters. I've got my weight a little bit on my front foot, swing to hip height and hit the shot. How do we go? Whoa, pretty good. Okay, let's go to the next one. Let's go 60 meters. I still have my lob wedge. 60 meters to me gets up more towards my sort of shoulder height, or just before my shoulder height. That's where I generally feel a 60 meter shot should be. Once again, let's see how we go. Weight on my front foot. Let's see how that went. That looks pretty good. Oh, geez. Yes, I still got it. And I haven't even been practicing, but I used to practice this a lot, like crazy amounts. Every day almost, I'd have a little bucket of balls and I'd work on my pitching. It works really well for your full swing, and it helps you with your chipping as well. So there's so many benefits to coming down with a little bucket of balls and working on these different distances. And so you'll figure out for yourself, 60 meters, I know it's this club for this amount of swing. And until you've actually come down and tested it, you won't know. So remember those major 3 things. We've got, does your weight start forward or does it move forward? For some people that works better because they just find it really hard to get forward. Does your swing need to get steeper or more around? Figure that out in your practice. And how big do you need to swing? And if you need any help with this, come for a lesson. I love coming down Hidden Valley with a bucket of balls and helping people work on these distances because I've seen how it gets better results on the golf course. And of course, we know that this is a flat lie here and a pretty good lie. Out there in the golf course, we've got all sorts of slopes, all sorts of difficulty. But I would say people haven't first sorted out this stage. They haven't got to stage 1, which is just hit a good shot off a flat lie. So no wonder when they get out in the course and there's angles and different lies that they find it even more difficult. So Eleanor is a challenging course. It requires respect. It requires you to get down to this hidden valley and practice pitching. And I look forward to seeing you all down here nice and busy in the coming weeks. If you want to lower your scores, work on your 40 to 60 meter pitching.